Hey everyone, welcome to Math 10's week 7. We have our coursework here, got our system down. So there's 4 things to do this week: video, which we're doing now. And then there's quiz number 3, which covers 4 assignments. So things like finding consecutive sums or not so consecutive if they're multiples of a number. So hopefully you have some techniques down by now for that. And then also things like those concert hall problems, sports tournaments, how many total games, the pumpkin problem with the balancing act, and then the new thing, the bases, okay? And then we just have one assignment this week, assignment 12, which is more on bases. The reason for that is because the midterm's coming up next week, dun, dun, dun. So the week 7 discussion is just how are you preparing for the midterm? So make a little post about how you plan to get ready for that midterm. And then more details about the midterm will be coming out soon through the announcements. But basically it's in 2 parts. One is a file download, complete it, and then upload it, just like assignments. And then the other part is like a quiz. But you just get 1 try, you don't get 2. Okay, and then so the rest of this video will just focus on assignment 12. So let me bring that up. I'll share the document, hopefully. I'm just gonna use my little iPad here so I can write on it. Okay, so yep, here it is, the week 7 assignment, number 12, experimenting with different bases, part 2. So we're just going to focus on a base 4 system for this assignment. And instead of using some fancy symbols like we did in the last assignment with diamonds and clubs and all of that, we're just going to use symbols that we're used to, which is another way to do different bases. Okay, so, but notice we have just less of them. In a base 10 system, you have digits 0 through 9. So in a base 4 system, you have digits 0 through 3. So the key when you're doing a base 4 system, these digits down here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you're not allowed to use. You're only allowed to use those 4 symbols. Okay, that's the trick. And then you have to use place value. So think about a place value system for base 4. Let's compare it to base 10. So place value in a base 10 system, the first is ones, and then we go to groups of the base, so groups of 10, and then we go to hundreds. Now, why do we go to hundreds? Well, it's 10 groups of the previous place value, right? So 10 groups of 10, 10 times 10 is 100, okay? So the number like, for example, 3, 5, 2 will be 3 hundreds, 5 tens, and 2 left over, right? Now let's see how that changes with a base 4 system. And we'll just go with 3 places. The first one is just ones again. Now, instead of groups of 10, we have groups of 4. So the next place value is groups of 4. How many groups of 4 do you have, right? And then what would be the next place? So it should be 4 groups of the previous place. So 4 groups of 4, 4 times 4, 16. Okay. Now, when you're doing these problems, then it's nice to have the picture of the number of objects and then fill in the place values. How many of each of those do you have? So let's erase base 10 because we're not doing that. And we're just going to do base 4. Let's do an example. What if we have this many objects? What would the base 4 number look like? So start with the largest number of grouping first. In this case, I'm looking at 16, what I have written down, but obviously there's no groups of 16. So the next one down is 4. Do I have any groups of 4? Yeah, I can circle a group of 4. There's a group of 4. I have 1 group of 4. So I'm going to put a 1 in the 4 grouping place. Once I've done that, then I just have 1 left over. 1 left over. So my number for this number of digits in base 4 is 1, 1. right? Sometimes you'll see, if you look at other resources, a little subscript 4, just signifying the base. So this is 1, 1, base 4, okay? But what that represents, one group of 4, one left over. Okay, so hopefully that will help you with some of these problems as you work through them. It'll make more sense. Now let's try the last thing. How about an addition problem? All right, so let's stay up here so I can use this table. And let's remove this. And let's try to do some adding in base 4. All right, so how about, well, let's go with 12 plus 23. Or in base 4 talk, 1, 2 plus 2, 3. So I could even be specific if I put a little base 4 symbols. Okay. Okay. But you don't have to do that. Just to be more clear. Okay. So how could I add these together? Well, in my base 10 system, I would just go 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 35. I'm done. However, what's wrong with this? Well, remember, those numerals do not exist. This is incorrect. I don't have a 5 in this system. Okay, so what other options do I have? Well, a technique that you could use is draw out the number of objects that are represented. And that's probably something you would do, like if you were just learning a system, like if you're in elementary school learning base 10, draw out the number of objects and then group them. So let's try that. So let's do 12. That will be one group of 4 and 2 left over. Right? So there is 1, 2 in base 4. One group of 4, 2 left over. How about the 2, 3? 2 groups of 4 and 3 left over. Okay, so that's the total number of objects I have. Now I want to group them in my place value system of 16s, 4s, and 1s correctly, right? So, and I start with the biggest one. So do I have a group of 16 here? I think I do. So if I tried to circle that, let's see, there's 6 over here. There's 12. I think that's 16 right there, a group of 16. Okay, so I have one group of 16. I'll put a 1 right there. Now, once that's removed, next I go to groups of 4, right? So I can't use those dots that I've circled because I've put them in a place. So next, do I have any groups of 4? No, there's no groups of 4 remaining. There is just 1 ones, right? So this would be 101 base 4, or just 101 is fine as well, okay? So hopefully that helps with this assignment. It's kind of fun once you get used to how it works. And if you have any questions, send them my way. Otherwise, I hope you have a good week and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.